Much like my creative director, many of you probably don't have any friends. One question I get a lot is, how do I practice public speaking alone? Brenden, there's other people around me, but they don't really want to work on their communication skills. Is there any techniques or strategies that I can implement to still work on my communication on a daily basis? And the answer is absolutely yes, which is exactly why in this week's episode of Master Talk, I'll be covering 3 easy tips that you can work on your own. So let's stop being lonely. Number 1, record videos or audios of your presentation and send them to groups of people after the practice is over. This will still require a small group of people, but you can do this entirely on your own. And I actually do this all the time. When I prepare for international level competitions and presentations, I actually record myself speaking on a phone whenever I'm walking during the day or when I'm presenting in my basement. And then through those videos, I then send it to 20 or 30 different people. So for you, it might just be 2 or 3 individuals. And I ask them for time-stamped feedback. So time-stamped feedback means not just saying that the presentation was either good or bad, but rather going, hey, Brenden, 30 seconds in, you made this mistake, and here's why I think you made it. But since 30 people are giving me that type of feedback, I can go through everyone's timestamps, rewatch the entire video from beginning to end, and quickly correct all of the little mistakes that I've made throughout the entire presentation. This is something you can easily do, even if you don't have friends, because even if you don't send it out to different people, you can still do this exercise on your own. Number 2, practice the random word exercise 5 times a day, every single day. The random word exercise is fairly simple. Pick a word and make a presentation out of thin air. That word can be scarf, basement, carpet, you name it, give a presentation on it. And the magic of this is you don't need to spend a long time on the exercise. You can do this for a few minutes a day. That's one benefit. The other benefit is you can send it to a friend. You can take a video of yourself doing the exercise, send it to somebody for feedback. And the third benefit is you actually don't have to do the exercise at all. If you're in a public setting all day, you can still think about the exercise. So that means if you are given the word scarf, how would you approach it? If you were given the word beach, let's say you're sitting on a beach, how would you approach that exercise? That reflection piece is also important and is a good part of your learning. And finally, number 3, write a list of questions that you can potentially get in a Q&A period in a presentation. Every presentation has questions in the end, pretty much almost all of the time. So by taking some time to reflect on what you could potentially be asked, these are activities that you can actually do on your own. By simply asking yourself, well, if I was the judge, if I was the decision maker, if I was the audience member, what question would I ask Brenden? What question would I ask to the presenter? And that mental exercise is something you could pretty much do alone in your basement, which is a great thing. Another 2 that I would like to add as well on top of that is you can also do this in a recorded format. So one example of that is you record yourself giving the presentation and you send the video to your friends and family and you say, hey, can you think of questions that you would ask me? That's one approach that you can take. Another approach as well, which of course breaks the rule of the video, is those individuals would just come to wherever you're presenting and start drilling you on different questions and having you answer them. But the principle is simple. Practicing Q&A is something you can do entirely on your own without any supervision or without any colleagues or coaches helping you. And in that process, you'll get a lot better without relying on friends and family. The point of this video is very simple. Whether you have friends or not, like my creative director, you can still work on your communication skills on your own. You can prepare the questions, send the recorded videos. There's so many things you can work on to master your communication skills. So I ask you to implement that advice and start practicing every single day. As always, if you enjoyed this week's episode of Master Talk, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well to see more videos like this. And if you know one person who has no friends, be sure to send them this video so that they too can work on their communication skills. Oh, and maybe be their friend as well. Take care. See you next time.